in corporate America for several years. And it was so fun because you got these 2 weeks vacations, you got everything paid. It was so much fun until I wanted to do something that I wanted to do. And guess what that was? I wanted a raise. And I was never able to give myself a raise. In real estate, you can give yourself a raise whenever you want one. It's amazing. As a small business owner, you want to go see your mom. My mom's 82 years old, lives in a little place called Hopes Corner, Tennessee, where I grew up. And when I would want to go see her in corporate America, I had to fill out all this paperwork. And I was an executive, and I had to fill out all this paperwork. That didn't work for me. When I go see my mom, when I want to go see my mom. You see, isn't it awesome being a small business owner? But I ask today, how is it going for you? How is it going for you? If you turn on the news, you see all this stuff going on. It discourages you, but what does it really do for you? I hear an economist about once a week, and it's looking good for the future. It's looking better for the future. But what does that have to do with you? If the prices are 1.2 million or the prices are 200,000, what does that mean in your life? Think about it. There are so many agents right now that are trying to make a living, trying to pay bills. There's so many agents right now that are just trying to pay for college for their kids. And the reality is, they don't give a damn what the interest rate is. There are men and women that are struggling all over this country. Over 600,000 lost their jobs. They don't care about a stimulus package at this point. And what I learned from growing up on a farm is that you are the one that creates your own economy. You are the one that creates your own success. And no one else will do it for you. You are the one. You are the one that creates what you have or what you do not have. I want you to think about, for just a few minutes, where is your career at this moment? How many of you are right where you want to be? And not many hands go up. How many of you want to do more than you've ever done in 2009, and this be the year that you break away? Raise your hand. How many of you are not going to raise your hand no matter what I say? There you go. And you know what? For this to be your year, the first thing you have to understand is that greatness always comes after hard times. Think about it. Heroes are born during difficult times. Generals are not created in a time of peace. They're created when times are tough. What is it that you have to do to go to the next level, to break away? What is it that you have to do to separate yourself? To give yourself a life, a vision, a dream, more money, and to live the way you want to live. We're going to be passing out a sheet here. Did we get those passed out through?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. And it's a tree. And on it I'm going to just walk through. Don't worry, we're not going to fill it all out because we don't have time. There's a seminar that I give. It's called 13 Roots. The deeper the roots, the farther the reach. Because many of us, we look at trees, and you know what we want? We want the tree to be fruitful. We look at the leaves and how beautiful it is. But I learned on the farm that the key to the tree is the root system. If it has a good root system, you win every single time. When I was 15 years old, my dad, I never will forget it, one day said to me, he said, son, when you get to be 18 years old, get your ass out of here and never come back. And I said, well, that's good, Dad. He said, look at these hands. He said, this is what you get working hard. He looked at me and said, son, it's hard work that makes you rich. All the Lamb family be super wealthy right now. Get out. You see, when Jeff talked this morning about change, some of us are going to have to do some different things to get different results, aren't we? I want to walk through a few of these branches with you. If you would, just write them down on the beginning on the left-hand side. The left-hand side, and we won't have time to go through them all, don't worry. This is an 8-9 hour seminar that we normally give. I'm going to give about 20 minutes and we're done with this part. The first one is, I want you to write down vision. Just write it down. You've got a pen there on the left-hand side, the first branch, write vision. Do you have a vision for where your personal business is going to be? And what does that business look like? You got to have vision. Marcel Proust said that the idea of seeing new territory and new landscapes is changing the way you see things, changing the eye. How do you see your business in 2009? Is it a year that you're going to break away, or is it a year that you're going to do the same thing that you did in 2008? What kind of vision do you have for your personal career? Forget the economy. The economy is what it is. But if you do not have a vision, you will repeat the same thing. Does that make sense to everyone? You've got to have vision for what you want to become. And you have to have vision for where you're going to go. Without vision, you die. And it's an incredible thing because most people will base their vision on other people around them. Is that a good place to put your vision? Why is that? Because you've got to dream like they dream. Therefore, if you dream like they dream, you never have a breakaway. What you have is that you continue to do the same things. You've got to have vision. How big can your life be? How big can your real estate business be? Doesn't matter at all what the price of homes are. Because you see, in any economy, there are people buying and there are people selling. The question becomes, how much vision do you have? How much market share do you own? The second branch that I want you to put down there is focus. Focus. Do you know that you always get what you focus on? Every single time you get what you focus on. If you focus on the bad stuff, what do you get? You get more bad stuff. If you focus on the good stuff, what do you get? More good stuff. You know, it's an amazing thing. If you focus on how bad the economy gets worse. I argue with my world-renowned economist that we are in a recession that's called a psychological recession that has created economical impact. We are in a psychological recession that has created economical impact. What do I mean by that? Because if people believe it's bad enough, long enough, what do? They pull it back. Right now, if someone stood up and said, hey, we're headed up, we're going up like we've never gone up before, you know what you do this afternoon? You go buy something. You go, oh no, I wouldn't do that. I did that in 05, but I won't do that again in 09. Oh, we have short-term memory. We have short-term memory. Right? So what is the vision that you have? Where do you see yourself going in your real estate career? Where do you see yourself going in your neighborhood? What does it look like? What will your focus be? I want you to think about right now 2 things that you can focus on that will change the way that you do business. What are 2 things that you can change right now, focus and change, that will change the way that you do business? It doesn't matter what the economy is doing.